Now, the guidelines that we use today are PRMS, Petroleum Resources Management System. There was an original 2007 listing that came out, and it's just been updated in June of this past year. You can see in the bottom right of this chart all the organizations that have approved this, and they made some minor modifications. There's not major modifications, but I want to go through this a little bit so you kind of understand where these different categories come into play. On this chart, you can see the range of uncertainty on the bottom, from basically the most certain to the least certain on the right. So, and on the right-hand side, you have the commerciality certainty. So it's very uncertain on the bottom here, going up to the most certain, which be the reserves. The bottom category is prospective resources. These are undiscovered. These are things that we don't have a well in, but they have seismic information or so forth, and they've done an evaluation. We've looked at the numbers, and we have a range of outcomes for this. They could be risked or unrisked, risk being the chance of geological success in your particular prospect or lead or so forth. But the range here ranges from a P90 number in the low side to a P50 in the most likely side and a P10 on the high side. They use the terms 1U, 2U, and 3U. Those are kind of new terms in this last update in 2018. Now, as we come from there, we drill a well and we get up to a level of commerciality that's a little bit higher. We get up to the contingent resources here. These are sub-commercial still, but you drill a well and you have a discovery, and we can look at that information and come up with a range of outcomes. These outcomes from the highest certainty are the C1s, the C2s, and the C3s on the high side. On a cumulative basis, it's the 1C, 2C, and 3C that we call here. Now, once you have some kind of certainty of development, then you move up from this category in contingent resources up into reserves, and the common nomenclature there being the proved, probable, and possible numbers, or now they're called the P1, P2, and P3. On a cumulative basis, the proved number is a 1P, the low estimate. The best estimate is a 2P, and the high estimate is the 3P. So this kind of sets out the range of different types of resources, and we're going to talk about some of the details that go into these right now.